Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Storm from Yassi and welcome for a brand new episode of the Gran Turismo Track Guide series. In today's episode I'm taking you guys to the Fuji International Speedway and I decided to of course go for a Super GT car from 2016. I decided to go for the Nissan GTR. So without further ado, let's get into the track guide. So I'm currently standing on the start finish line. As you can see, Fuji has one very main characteristic. It actually has one of the longest straight lines any racetrack on the earth. I think it has to be maybe 1.5, 1.6 kilometers long. Compared to the length of the track, it's almost 1/3 of the track that is just simple straight. And so this is why it is crucial to really break the toe as early as possible, because if you're able to do so, your race is going to be a lot easier compared to a scenario in which you're stuck with someone right behind you. So going into turn one, I'm on soft tyres, so there's quite a lot of grip. But basically, your braking marker would be roughly at 140. So you're going to be braking up to that point. I'm going to show a couple of seconds. Basically, you want this driving line. So you can use a little bit of the curb on the inside. If you do it right, though, that's going to be a very narrow advantage on a lap. But still an advantage, so try to go for it. But if you want to go for the safe line, just go alongside the curb. Then exit turn one. Really crucial. As you can see, you have the curb and some grass on the outside, so you want to avoid touching the grass, otherwise it's going to spin the car. Especially as you're going to be stressing the rear tires. So yeah, if you touch the grass, it's over. As simple as that. So you really want to have a fantastic exit, because as you can see, there's a small kink and then a small straight. So that's basically your first sector. As you can see, the sector line is just before turn 3. Going into turn 3 now. You want to be braking slightly before the 50-meter board on the right-hand side. And really trying to make sure they have the best momentum possible. The objective is to really be as close as possible to that bullet on the inside. And if you're able to do so, that's going to be 1/10 easily in the back. So that is the main difficulty of the second sector. Really being able to get a very good turn 3. If we're able to do so, then the rest of the lap is going to be very good till sector 3, because this is the most technical and the slowest sector of all 3 sectors at Fuji. Now we're going to be going into turn 4, which is a very long right-hand side corner. As you can see, it's really long. So you have a double apex, because as you can see, it opens up a little bit before closing in. And basically, before going into turn 5, you want to position your car this way and braking just after the 100-meter board. This is what you want to do. And really just making sure that you use all the track available. So you will go for a mid to late apex, just like this. And then making sure that you have a really good line. And using, again, all the track available on the outside. And also, be careful with that curb, because it can send you off the circuit. And I'm not even kidding. Sometimes the car will bounce a little bit, and then the rear end is just going to snap, and it's going to be the end of your lap and potentially your race if it happens during the race. That's crucial to make sure that you have the wheels pretty straight going over that curb. That's really crucial. Then it has 2 small kinks to the right. No major difficulties with them. And you're done with the second sector. Now going into the slowest corner of the entire circuit, because then you have, say, a hairpin mixed with a chicane, because as you can see, it's very tight, but then it immediately goes left after that. So basically at this point, we're just entering the third sector. As you can see, you have a board on the right hand side of the circuit, and that is going to be your braking marker. They're going to the first corner of sector 3. The objective is to really use as much curb as possible, because if you do that, it will really set you nicely through the chicane. So as you can see, take a lot of curb, and then try to really open up the second part of the chicane, and really making sure that the car is as straight as possible exiting the chicane. As you can see, just like that. If you go straight, that's going to be perfect. That's going to save you a little bit of time. And making sure that you get the apex very nicely. If you're able to do so, that's going to be another half a tenth in the bag. And we're entering the very painful section, especially for the tires. and the front tires. Because you're going to have very, very long corners. You're going to be steering and braking at the same time. And tires don't really like that in Gran Turismo Sport. This is what you have to remember. When you're qualifying, you don't really mind about the tires. You're going to be pushing to the limit. So basically through these corners, you have to take a very wide line and then setting up nicely the exit. Just like I'm going to be doing at the moment. So as you can see, going for late apex, using the curb on the inside, and smashing the throttle on the exit. You can also use quite a lot of the track through the second to last corner. And then last corner, again, taking a very wide line and getting a late apex set up very nicely, the straight line. If you do it very, very nicely, you're going to get time all the way to the finish line. And so that's why it is so crucial to get a very decent exit. Well, this is the end of the video, guys. I really hope that you did enjoy the track out around Fuji International Speedway. If you did enjoy the track out, well, you know what to do. Drop a like to the video, subscribe to the Yassi official YouTube channel. Until then, I will see you guys in the very next episode.